Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Hope everyone is doing good. Glad to have you all here. Happy Monday to you guys. Happy beginning to another long week. What's up guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Anyways y'all, yeah, we got a lot of activity starting to pop up here in the tropics. We're going to go ahead and jump right on over into it, my friends. I'm going to go ahead and give a warm welcome to everybody here. Let's see, we have, the Red Wolf, we have Brent, we have Mama, we have Andy, we have Courtney, we have Indiana, we have Scott, Jalen, Sam, Xavier, let's see here, Misty, we have Caden, we have Tom, we have Brian, we have, let's see here. Of course, everybody else joining us here that is not chatting. Hope everyone is doing good. Caden, thanks man for the 22 months, appreciate it. What's up, J-Lore? What's up, Daniel? Hope you're doing good. Anyways, you guys, so yeah, we actually are watching a couple, actually, I'm actually mistaken. We're actually watching 3 systems here instead of 2. 2 of them are kind of in the immediate range here right now. We're going to go ahead and turn on these active systems. We actually are watching, let's see, we're going to bring up our cone here. Yeah, we're actually watching a tropical system already starting to form right now. This is, this right now is potential tropical Cyclone One. And this guy is going to have a pretty good potential of developing here within the next couple of days. We have ourselves an overall 80% chance of formation with this storm system, so we are quite likely going to see our first tropical storm of the year. Actually, like I said, we're already right now, currently the range of winds already is sustained at 40 miles an hour with a pressure of 999 millibars. So we're already kind of near that tropical storm status. It's just not completely organized quite yet. But over the next couple of days, there is a good potential that it will become organized here down in time. Now, we are expecting this thing to have a lot of impacts on Mexico as well as Texas. We got a lot of rain coming up. We'll talk about surges, as there's going to be some surge problems more than likely for the coast. Probably nothing super crazy, but there is going to be some impacts on the coast out there regarding surges, rainfall amounts, of course winds and stuff like that. We'll need to get in. But yeah, here's the current satellite imagery. You can actually see got a big area here, big convective burst right over the Yucatan Peninsula currently. We are watching ourselves, a lot of heavy convection. The storm system here has a lot of organizing to do before it becomes a tropical storm, but there is a shot that within the next 2 days, this thing could turn into a tropical storm. It is actually forecasted to become a tropical storm as we look over here at the Hurricane Center forecast. We're going to go ahead and bring you all over here to the National Hurricane Center. So let's go ahead and hop you all over here to that now. So whenever it comes to it here overall, There you go, potential tropical cyclone one. So whenever it does come to the cone that we do have, it's so weird coming back into hurricane season. It's just, this is the first time we've seen a cone this year so far. Let's see here. Tabletop, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Do I think the Atlantic storm will hit East North Carolina? So there is a possibility we could get some impacts in the Carolinas. We'll get to that in a minute whenever we get to that system. Like I said, we're actually watching 3 systems here. So not 2, but 3 actually. 2 of them are having potential of impacting the United States. The third one, not so sure quite yet. It's still pretty far down in range. It's actually another system out here in the Gulf, kind of the same area as this guy. Anyways, but yeah, we already are seeing tropical storm force winds out there. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my pen here so I can actually draw on the screen for you guys here. But here's our winds field right now. So these are the areas where we have those tropical storm force winds. We basically are already seeing those tropical storm force winds, but it's not considered a tropical storm yet because it's not quite organized as a tropical storm would be. But that is expected to develop. We are expecting this thing to potentially transition into a tropical storm here right around the morning of Wednesday. Obviously, this is late Monday. We're heading into Tuesday. Tomorrow, we're not expecting it to transition into a tropical storm. However, early Wednesday, we will be. And that is expected to continue its departure to the northwest here until we reach right around 1 a.m. on Thursday. Okay, so as we approach our way here towards the morning of Thursday, that is where quote-unquote landfall is going to take place. It's going to be late Wednesday into early Thursday. Okay, so that is where we are seeing the landfall process. We already do have ourselves some tropical storm watches in effect. That's what those yellow areas are affecting the coast. So for the south coast of Texas, as well as the kind of northeastern coast of Mexico, we got ourselves already some tropical storm watches in place, saying that tropical conditions down in time are possible. Just to continue to watch the local conditions, and we'll just continue monitoring the system overall. But yeah, we are seeing ourselves tropical storm watches in effect. Like I said, this thing will be making that landfall right around the morning here of Thursday. So just a bit of a heads up for you guys. Now, when it comes to rain, there is going to be a lot of rain included in this event out there. We're actually talking Corpus Christi, potentially seeing 8 to 12 inches of rainfall out there. We are talking potential of 6 to 8 inches out there towards San Antonio. We're talking a little bit less out there towards like Houston, possibly 2 to 4 inches. Dallas could pick up maybe an inch or 2. Same thing for areas by Midland, Abilene. Waco is kind of in that 2 to 4 inch range out there. But like I said, the heaviest of the rainfall is going to be taking place out there kind of towards the south central side of the state. Once again, towards Corpus Christi seems to be, as of now, where the heaviest of the rainfall is going to be taking place. Now, whenever it does come to the surges, like I said, there is a little bit of surging expected out there, even including portions of Louisiana. Out there on the southwestern coast there's a possibility we could get 1 to 3 foot storm surges, so we could see a little bit of that water being pushed inland, could cause a little bit of swelling there on the coastlines. That goes all the way from Vermilion, Cameron Parish line, all the way to the Sabine Pass, I think it is. Sabine, across that region there. We have, like I said, expecting about 1 to 3 foot of storm surge. Now, we actually are seeing an area where there is a little bit higher storm surge, and that does include the Galveston Bay here out there towards near Houston. We are seeing ourselves about 2 to 4 foot of surges out there between Sargent and Sabine Pass. We got ourselves kind of that northeastern coastline, or really the northern coastline of Texas there. That is where we are seeing the potential of seeing some surges, potentially 2 to 4 foot above sea level. So there is a possibility we could see some swelling out there. Now, the swelling does continue all the way down to South Texas as well, out there towards mouth of Rio Grande, going all the way up to Sargent here, potentially 1 to 3 foot of surges. So the surge maximum, as of now, is 2 to 4 foot, and that's going to be up on the northern coast of Texas. That's where the heaviest impacts are going to be. Oh my gosh, Proxy, coming in with $100 super chat. Are you serious? Holy cow, Prox. Saying hi, Andrew. Great to be here. Saying you do your usual hard work. keeping us safe and informed. You man, thank you, Proxy. That is awesome, dude. That is really, really sweet of you with $100 super chat. Proxy, you are amazing. I greatly appreciate your support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Proxy. Much, much love to you. Seriously, if there's anything I can do for you, feel free to let me know. But thank you, Prox. Seriously, you guys, please give Proxy a big thank you. But seriously, Prox, thank you so much. That is very sweet of you. I'm blown away. That is very, very sweet of you. So thank you so much, Proxy. You are awesome. So hopping on over here to the flooding thing, the overall flooding thing, the flooding risk here over the next couple of days. We actually do have ourselves a moderate risk, level 3 out of 4 on the flooding spectrum. So we have a pretty good shot for flooding. This does include Houston, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi. So over the next couple of days, we got ourselves a big risk, greatest flash flood risk over the next 3 days. This is basically showing us that we have ourselves a really good potential for some flash flooding. Now, this is actually, a lot of the flash flooding is going to be happening here for Thursday morning, pretty much actually late Wednesday into early Thursday. That's kind of when I was showing you guys we were having that landfall, quote-unquote landfall. So we'll need to watch out for it. We'll need to keep an eye out there for it overall. But like I was mentioning, yeah, that's where the heaviest amount of flooding is going to be. That's going to be out there once again from late Wednesday into early Thursday. Hopping back over here to the rainfall expectancy, like I was mentioning, Corpus Christi could see a lot of rain out there, potentially 8 to 12 inches. Up to a foot of rain in some areas is possible from the storm system, as we are seeing a big jet of tropical moisture rolling its way into the southern plains out there by Texas. So we'll definitely be watching that, as flooding will be a big concern. Actually, one of the leading concerns, I believe, will be the flooding threat. So that is that. That's the first system. Like I said, we're actually watching 3 systems here. We're actually watching 2 immediate systems, 2 have potential of impacting the United States right now. The third one, still not too sure, but it kind of follows in the same tracks as potential tropical cyclone 1 later down in time. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Anyways, so this next storm system, we're going to hop back over here to the main page at the Hurricane Center here. So whenever it does come to it, let's go and hop over here to the 7-day outlook. So we actually have ourselves another disturbance here. This one's actually heading towards home here in Florida. We actually are seeing potential of coastal impacts here towards the northeastern Florida coast, as well as the Georgia, South Carolina coast could have some impacts with this. So we'll definitely keep an eye out there for that overall. Let's see here. Proxy saying, how you doing, Six? Let's see, anything for New Orleans, tropical weather-wise. So, Louisiana should be good. We're not expecting any direct impacts of tropical activity in Louisiana. We did mention, though, let's hop real quickly back to Disturbance 1 here. We did talk about a surge concern, actually for the southwestern side here of Louisiana, out there towards Sabine Pass, going over to Vermilion/Cameron Parish line. There's a possibility out there on the coast we could see about 1 to 3 foot of surges, 1 to 3 foot above sea level there. So there could be some swelling, there could be some surges, kind of on the lower side of surging, nothing too crazy, it's kind of more mild surging, but there will be that possibility. However, for New Orleans, since New Orleans is more to the east, there is no threat for New Orleans regarding surges, regarding tropical activity in general. So that is good news. Like I said, this system's going to be remaining pretty far to the south here. Here's our cone once again. Like I said, we are expecting that transition from potential tropical cyclone into a tropical storm. We're expecting it to do that right around the morning of Wednesday. I think it's a possibility. If things organize, like I said, if things start looking better tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if late tomorrow we could see that transition maybe into a tropical storm. We will see. But bottom line, we are expecting this storm system to actually become a tropical storm down in time. Once again, those yellow areas here are indicating tropical storm watches, which means tropical storm conditions is possible in those areas down in time. So monitor the weather, as we'll keep you guys updated on this overall. So, and then once again, landfall, quote unquote, he's going to be right here for late Wednesday into into early Thursday. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and hop our way back over here. We're going to take a look at that other system here that we are also tracking. So we actually have ourselves another area. Now, this one doesn't have the greatest of probability of development. This only has a 20% chance still. It's a pretty low odd storm system here. I highly doubt this is going to cause any big concerns down in time. We'll obviously monitor it, as I do think it will need monitoring. Just from what I'm seeing now, I'm not expecting anything super crazy, okay? But we do got ourselves a 10% chance, a whopping, very high 10% chance of development in the next 48 hours. So what that means is that this thing has a 10% chance of becoming a tropical depression within the next 2 days, which kind of low. I don't like those odds. So the probability of that is pretty low. I mean, shoot, even throughout the next 7 days, the next week, we got ourselves a 20% chance of overall development. So when it comes to it, even then, throughout the next 7 days, the odds are pretty daggone low. So as of now, it's not really too much of an issue, but we'll look at the models here in a minute. Now, there actually is another disturbance, believe it or not. There's another one. This is actually not part of potential tropical cyclone one. This is not a part of it. There's actually another system potentially following right behind one here. So we're going to have to watch out for this one. This is going to be later on this weekend here. And whenever it does come, it's a little further down in time, of course. Whenever it comes to it, probability of formation in the next 48 hours is 0%. We're not expecting this thing to develop in the next 48 hours because it's further down in time. It's not within the next 2 days. The next 70 days, next next 7 days, not next 70 days. Throughout the next 7 days, there's a 20% chance of development as well. So there's still, even then, it's pretty low. It's not so certain right now. So, obviously we can't really say too much overall there. Let's see here. Faith Cat says, I'm wondering if a friend of mine from Bryan, Texas will be okay. It's on top of College Station. So like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys will be fine. The main thing we got to look out there for Texas, mostly I think the main concern is going to be a lot of rainfall. Like I said, some mild surging possible. The heaviest surging is actually going to be out there towards the bay here, the Galveston Bay, for the northern coast of Texas. Believe it or not, that's where the heaviest surge is expected. Like I was saying, 2 to 4 foot of surges out in some of those regions here along the upper coast of Texas with that storm system. Like I said, and a lot of heavy rain for the south side. Other than that, it could get a little windy, but honestly, you guys have seen worse. I'm not going to lie. Y'all had Harvey. You've had some pretty nasty hurricanes in that area. This is going to be nothing compared to it. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right off the bat. This is not going to be anything crazy, as crazy as compared to Harvey or any of these other really big systems. You cannot compare those two because this is nothing like that. Like I said, this thing is, first of all, not even expected to make landfall in Texas. It's going to be south of Texas, but we're going to get a lot of the rain, though, from this storm going into Texas. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still going to be some gusty winds and stuff like that. Once again, we'll dive into models here. Actually, right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the models here. I'm going to go ahead and hop y'all over here to the models. We're going to take a close look here. We're going to start off in the southeast here with the GFS model. So, obviously, we got ourselves, there it is. There it is right there. So, you can actually see over the next couple of days here that big swath of heavy rain and tropical moisture. Let me see if I can actually go a little further south. Let's try the central. Yeah, there we go. That works a lot better. So, as you can see, there's just going to be a boatload of rain, a lot of heavy rain, really impacting South Texas here. That's going to be the main concern, you guys. Is going to be the rain for Texas. They're going to get a lot of rain out there. So then that system kind of rolls away, kind of breaks up here for the, pretty much the 19th. Pretty much here for the 21st, 20th, late 20th and the 21st is when this thing's going to really kind of break up. But then, as we work our way further down in time, there's could be some more. You can see those ISO bars kind of tightening up. Actually, there you go. Yeah, you can see some of those ISO bars tightening up down there, indicating another low. There could be another storm system. That's what this guy is about. That's what this disturbance 2 marker is. As of course, this thing does have potential later on down in time. As of now, I ain't too worried about it. I'm not gonna Not going to talk much about it right now because it's still very blurry at the moment. It's still very far down and far away here. So at the moment, honestly, I ain't too concerned about that second system. But yeah, now the first system here, though, like I was saying, this thing's going to cause a lot of rain. Now, then we work our way over here to the southeast here. Like I was mentioning, we're actually watching another system. We got ourselves another trough. It actually seems like the models have backed down a little bit on this. You can see a little bit of a dip there, actually, in the pressure. You know, GFS, the latest run here, honestly really doesn't show too much anything concerning. If we go back on previous outlooks, we'll go back to the late yesterday model run. And so from late yesterday, you can actually see how it was a little bit more defined. We have actually a circularized area of low. You know, the models were a little bit different here yesterday. And actually, we go towards mid-yesterday, late morning of yesterday. You see how it's a lot more different than it is now. You know, in mid-yesterday, it actually showed this system going over Florida with a pretty decent, well-defined low. Once again, this would be nothing for Florida if this did happen. There's chances it won't even be a tropical storm. But yeah, latest model runs, I mean, it's just almost completely gone. So GFS has really lost interest in that storm system, which I'm very happy for. We got other models like CMC, kind of showing the same thing. You know, we have a little, this looks like a ridge here, but it's actually a little bit of a dip in pressure right here. But, you know, overall, we still need to monitor this. You know, the models could kick back on somehow and be like, oh yeah, maybe there's, you know, maybe this thing will happen after all. But at least from now, it really doesn't look like anything significant. And a matter of fact, actually, the Hurricane Center, they actually downgraded the probability of formation. So you see in the bottom there how it says formation chance through 7 days, low 20%. This was actually 30% earlier. This was formation chance through the next 7 days, low 30% earlier. They knocked it down to 20%. So we're losing faith. We're losing confidence in this storm system. So that's why I'm not too worried about it personally. This storm system will potentially drive a little bit of rain, of course, as this, you know, kind of gradually works its way towards Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. It could drive some rain, but as of now, like I said, I'm kind of losing confidence here in this storm system overall. It really just kind of seems that you know, the probability of this thing developing down in time is kind of dropping a bit. Overall. But then, yeah, like I said, disturbance 2, that's that one for later on this weekend. Not too confident in that one either, but there is another possibility for another wave of tropical activity there. So, but yeah, really the main problem, you guys, we got to watch out for now is that one. Is potential tropical cyclone 1. This one is the main issue right now. This one is the one we got to really look out for. This is the one that's going to have the most impacts, I believe, out of those 3 storms. And like I said, this one's more immediate too. Once again, we are seeing tropical storm force winds already with this storm system here. That's what that yellow area is representing here. So our tropical storm wind field, where we are seeing tropical storm force winds, is just northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula. So here's the Yucatan Peninsula here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's go ahead and hop back to my full screen view for you guys so we can kind of see the full page here. There we go. Okay, so like I was saying, here's the Yucatan Peninsula. The wind field is northwest. So once again, this yellow area here, this is where we are seeing those tropical storm, estimated to be seeing those tropical storm force winds out there. Now, like I was mentioning, this thing is not quite organized. Let me actually hop you over to satellite imagery real quickly. You know what I could do? I'm going to bring it up on this page. We're going to go to potential tropical cyclone 1. We're going to load up the last, let's do last 100 frames. Why not? Let's just go ahead and give a pretty broad spectrum here. There you go. Okay, so you can kind of see over the last little bit. So we have had a lot of convective bursts over the Yucatan Peninsula, a lot of thunderstorm activity out there. There's been a lot of thunderstorm activity. Now, the central low is actually located, no pun intended, located, okay, I know it's a bad joke. So the low is actually positioned far to the west of the convection. So that's going to need to come towards the center. That convection needs to be at the center where that low pressure is located. And, we are seeing the models are confident that that will occur. Once again, probably late tomorrow, Tuesday, or early Wednesday. That's kind of when we're expecting that transition from potential tropical cyclone into tropical storm. This thing could likely achieve tropical storm status here. Like I said, as early, I think, as late tomorrow night. But we shall see how that plays. Because like I said, right now it's still kind of a little messy. I've seen some spectacular things happen with these systems. While they look very messy, sometimes they can just snap and they can really look good the next day. I mean, given the fact here that we are in such warm waters, I mean, I'm not even joking with you. It is a complete bathtub out here in the Gulf right now. I mean, look at this. Out in that region, we're talking 30 degrees Celsius waters. That is absolutely really warm. Actually, the Southwestern Gulf is the warmest area in the Gulf. So this storm system has plenty of juice regarding, probably used a better color there, but this has plenty of warmth it needs to really get things going here. 30 degrees Celsius waters, like I said, man, that's pretty warm. That is definitely pretty warm. So that's going to be no problem at all. Those waters is going to have no issue at all with this storm system. So when it comes to it, like I said, it definitely looks like it is going to be pretty good potential out there, just given those waters. So, but then there's other factors, like I was mentioning, wind shear and stuff like that. Wind shear, I don't think is going to be too much of an issue overall. But, we'll definitely keep an eye out there for this over the next little bit. Now, let me go ahead and actually hop you guys back over here to the models. We're going to hop over here to the models again, because I want to bring up some hurricane models. Let's use the, HWRF. Are these not out yet? HAFS is up, so that's interesting. All right, so HAFS, wow, that is actually a little interesting. So HAFS actually has this thing getting pretty organized by the time it does make that landfall there for the late 19th into the early 20th. That is interesting. So obviously these models, HAFSA, from what I remember, obviously you should take these with a grain of salt. I really want to wait till more models become available, more of those hurricane models become available to us before we really make assumptions per model. But honestly, it looks like, given down in time, there could be some organization with that storm system maybe positioned near that low. Once again, that's kind of what it needs to do if it really wants to kick up there. Let's see here. Nikki says, I just want rain in southern Indiana. We got some raindrops, tiny bit of thunder. Can we have more, please? Trust me, I'm in the same boat. It's been dry here. We've actually been having a little bit more rain here in Florida, thankfully. We finally, I think, hit our rainy season, which is pretty nice, I ain't gonna lie. See, I think 30 degrees Celsius is 90 degrees. It's up there. It's either upper 80s or lower 90s. But yeah, it's really warm. The waters are absolutely really hot right now. Andrea says rapid increase. This model supports definitely some, some increase, pretty rapid strengthening. It looks like moisture supply is going to be pretty good as we're looking at our relative humidities throughout our mid to upper atmosphere. It does look like the most areas are going to be, somewhat moisture filled. There's going to be enough moisture in the atmosphere. So between the waters, between the, what is it? There you go. Between the, how warm the waters are and plus the moisture supply, that's no problem, really. There's definitely going to be a pretty good amount, a pretty good amount of moisture and those warm waters there. So, that could allow for some rapid strengthening. Of course, we'll definitely need to monitor it and see how that materializes down in time. Let's see here. Are we talking about the Gulf Coast? You mentioned Indiana. I did not mention Indiana. No. And yes, we are talking about the Gulf Coast. Andrew says rainy season. Isn't Florida always rainy season? No, actually. Throughout last winter and early spring, actually early and mid spring, it's been very dry. I mean, I've recorded. We went over a month without rain in my area. That's how dry it's been. But yeah, we're heating up. We're getting a lot more instability in our atmosphere down here in Florida to where we get those typical sea breeze thunderstorms. Those are finally starting to happen, which is good. We are in a big drought here in Florida. Like Courtney said, we have been in a pretty big drought. We obviously got a lot of rain recently with that kind of tropical moisture we seen last week. Let's see here. Let me bring up the drought monitor real quickly and show you. But yeah, no, we finally got a little bit of rain, but we're still pretty dry, even given the fact that we've seen that. Here you go. Look at the drought monitor here. So you can actually see that Florida right now, south central Florida. I'm here in Polk County. This is my county here, out there in central Florida. You can see for kind of the region where I'm at, we're kind of in a severe drought, actually moderate to severe drought here in Polk County, you can see the heaviest of that's actually mostly south central Florida, with all of those, like I said, with all those really dry areas. But yeah, no, it has been very dry. It has. But once again, we finally did get a bit of rain down here in the south last week. Some areas seen a lot of rain. Unbelievable. I think we reached over 20 inches in some areas. Really crazy. We had a lot of heavy thunderstorm activity, which has led to really high rainfall rates and just constant thunderstorms over South Florida, with a lot of tropical moisture that rolled through last week, which was pretty good, actually. It didn't completely end the drought per se, but it definitely helped it, which is good. But we're in rainy season now, so. Let's see, a month, that's a lot of time without rain. Yeah, no, we've had like sunny days every day, and everything was just dry for the time being earlier this year. What's up, Christy? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But anyways, y'all, we're going to go ahead and hop on back over here, y'all. Take a look back at the beginning. So we're going to start from the beginning, y'all, for the new people joining us. So we are watching actually 3 systems here, y'all. Not 2 like the title says. We're actually watching 3. I didn't mention the third one, actually, because this one's a little far down in time. I'm not too confident with it right now. But there's 3 areas we're watching. There is 3 areas that we are watching. Christy, coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. You are awesome. Thank you, Christy. If there's anything I do for you, please let me know. Same thing goes to Proxy. Proxy and Christy, thank you guys for your support tonight. You guys are awesome. Much love and much appreciated. So thank you guys very, very much. So yeah, like I said, we're watching 3 systems here. We actually got one coming towards the southeast coast. We're actually losing confidence on that storm system. We actually did downgrade the Hurricane Center. So on the bottom of the screen, you actually see how it says probability of, formation chance through the next 7 days. On the bottom of that text, low 20%. It was actually a 30% earlier. They did drop that probability. So we're actually losing confidence on that storm system heading towards the southeast. We'll see how that goes. I mean, the models have, not just GFS, but other models have been losing confidence, losing support for that system. It seems like it's becoming more and more faded out each model run. We'll see. I mean, knowing how crazy the models is, watch it pop back up tomorrow. We don't know. So we are still unsure, but the odds are dropping. I will go ahead and say that. What's up, Mark? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. But once again, thank you, Christy. I appreciate your support. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. But then, like I was mentioning, we are watching, we actually are watching potential tropical Cyclone One. Now, this is the one that we're going to have kind of this is the one we need to kind of watch out for, okay? This is the one we need to keep an eye out there for. Let's hop back over here to the Hurricane Center, and we're going to hop on over back to our cone. So, here's the official cone. Actually, is this an updated cone? It sure is. Look at that. And they said exactly what I was saying. Holy cow. Guys, I don't know if you were here when I talked about this the first time, Remember how I was mentioning they could turn to tropical storm status as late as later on Tuesday or later on tomorrow? Look at that. They have it now turning into a tropical storm as early as late tomorrow. It looks like they agree with me now. Holy cow. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, well, there you go. There's our new updated. There's our new cone that just came out here. But yeah, so our tropical storm wind field here is actually located just northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula. These are where estimated tropical storm force winds are located currently. Now, this is not a tropical storm. Even though they have tropical storm force winds, like I said, that area of convection, those thunderstorms do not overlap that area of low pressure. This is a very disorganized storm still. It's a very large, very big, and powerful thunderstorm producing storm right now, but it's not organized. It needs to be organized if it wants to see that transformation into a tropical storm. However, but like I was saying though, I mean, we are expected this thing to organize overnight, potentially into tomorrow. And like I was saying, now the Hurricane Center is agreeing with me here, saying that potentially as early as late tomorrow night, this thing could be the first tropical storm of the season. Okay, so that we'll definitely keep an eye out there for. Now, obviously, we work our way down in time. 7 a.m. Wednesday, tropical storm status. 7 p.m. Wednesday, tropical storm status. But look at this. Actually, early Thursday, so late Wednesday into early Thursday, that's when landfall will be occurring. Okay, so that's when we are expecting the movement of that central low to be rolling over the land here in Mexico. So this is expected to make landfall in Mexico, not in Texas. This will be making landfall in Mexico. However, Texas will definitely have a lot of impacts regarding this storm system. Actually, we already do have ourselves a bit of tropical storm watches in effect all the way from basically northern Mexico coast, northeast Mexican coast, down into southern Texas coast. We got ourselves tropical storm watches in effect out there, okay? So that does include, I believe, Corpus Christi there, just off the coast here. So Corpus Christi, I believe, is under a tropical storm watch. So tropical storm watches mean to keep an eye on the local weather as tropical storm conditions are possible down in time. So definitely we will keep an eye out there for it. But yeah, those areas down there in South Texas, as well as places out there towards, the northeastern coast of Mexico, that is where we are seeing that there. Let's see here. I just got a tweet from the Hurricane Center. Yep, potential tropical cyclone number 1, advisory 2. There you go. So there's that update. But yeah, there's your latest cone. But yeah, I said that twice, man. My vocabulary is crazy, so just bear with me. So yeah, we are expecting the landfall process to be for pretty much late Wednesday into early Thursday. That's when we are expecting the landfall to occur. I will be live, actually. I do plan on being live for you guys around that time, so I'll see what I can do. Maybe going live as soon as I wake up Thursday morning. So we'll plan that. See how that goes. So yeah, so that's what's going on there, y'all. So then we work our way over to the rainfall. Like I was saying, there's going to be a lot of rain, and actually that's where the main problem is coming in here for Texas. That's where the main issues are going to be. Now we do got ourselves this area out by Corpus Christi. We could see possibly 8 to 12 inches of rainfall. Yes. Up to a foot of rain is possible out there by Corpus Christi with the storm system here overall. The heaviest rain will be there for pretty much Thursday. Wednesday into Thursday, that's kind of when I'm expecting the heaviest of the rainfall to be taking place as that storm system starts making landfall. San Antonio, we could see the possibility out there of maybe 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. Still a really significant amount of rain is expected out there, so keep that one in mind. We got ourselves areas out there by like Junction and let's see, Laredo, I think it is. Laredo, I'm not too sure how you pronounce that one. This area could see potentially 4 to 6 inches. Still a good amount of rainfall. Houston, Waco, those areas we're expecting about 2 to 4 inches, and areas out there by Abilene, Midland, and Dallas, Fort Worth area could see about 1 to 2 inches. So they could get a little bit of rainfall, but not a whole lot towards Dallas. But yeah, so a lot of the heaviest of the rainfall will be down there towards central and southern portions of Texas. Once again, heaviest being out there near Corpus Christi as of right now is expected. Let's see here. doesn't look like it's headed to Florida. This is Christy. Yeah, it seems like we're losing confidence on that second system out there that's heading in our general direction. It seems like the models really did steer a bit more to the north with that storm system anyways. So if this thing was to pick back up, the other storm system, not this one, if the other system was to pick back up, more than likely, from what the models were showing, it would be more of an impact for Georgia and maybe the Carolinas. But that's what the latest guidance. We'll see how things continue to trend over the next couple days. I mean, who knows? Could pop back up. Models could start agreeing on it again. Right now, it does seem like we are losing confidence on that second system. Once again, not the one that's on the screen right now, but that one that's coming near Florida, not the one here in Texas. Anyways, but yeah, so back over to this one here. But yeah, a lot of rainfall will be expected in central and southern Texas, so just a bit of a heads up for you guys out there. Now, whenever it comes to it, my friends, like I said, we have a bit of surging as well, actually expected. Potential of surging, even making it up there towards southwestern Louisiana coast. So out there towards the Vermilion/Cameron Parish line, towards Sabine Pass, there is a possibility where we could see 1 to 3 foot of surges. So we are expecting those waters to be about 1 to 3 inches, or say 1 to 3 foot above normal, possibly causing a bit of coastal flooding, which could be bringing a bit of issues. So yeah, 1 to 3 foot of storm surge is expected in southwestern Louisiana. Now, actually, believe it or not, the heaviest surges is going to be, you'd think the heaviest surges would actually be out there by closer to where that central low is located, where the stronger wind shear is, or the stronger winds is. But believe it or not, actually, the heaviest of the surging of this event is going to be more up in northern coastal Texas, including Houston, or Galveston Bay, which is Houston Bay, basically. So that is something we need to watch out for. So 2 to 4 foot, still kind of on that mild end, the lower end storm surge. We're not expecting anything ridiculously crazy, but we could see 2 to 4 foot of surges, as we are going to be seeing those winds going right towards the coast and just kind of dragging all that water its way in towards the coastline there. So that is going to be a possibility. But yeah, 2 to 4 foot worth of surges will be possible up there. And of course, we do have that 1 to 3 foot line going all the way down towards south tip of Texas, out there by the mouth of Rio Grande, going all the way up towards Sargent, where we are seeing the potential out there for 1 to 3 foot overall of surges. So kind of similar to southwestern Louisiana. This will be taking place out there towards the south, kind of south and central coast of Texas, right around 1 to 3 foot of surges overall. But anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here, y'all. Once again, I mean, here you go. Here's wind speed probabilities. We actually haven't talked about this. So probability of tropical storm force winds. You guys can see the probabilities here. I ain't going to really talk much about this, but you guys can kind of see where the probability is increasing. This is actually going to be going up as we continue to get closer towards that landfall point. The probability of tropical storm force winds will increase. I'll tell you that. They will increase. But, you know, as of right now, we are talking about maximum 20 to 30% chance of tropical storm force winds up there in the northeastern coast of Mexico. That'll go up, more than likely. That will definitely go up. It just depends on, you know, if we can really get a hold of, or if the system can really get a hold of itself by the time it reaches these areas. We'll have to see. But I do think it is a possibility overall. Let's see here. Proxy says your accuracy in the weather trends is why you demand. Thank you, Proxy. Once again, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Prox. It's obviously always good to see ya. Athena says, let's see here, we got pounded a few days ago for 4 hours, didn't do anything except humidity rise in humidity. Predictions are weird amounts. See 0.5, 0.3, 0.1, Riffle at 101, C or 106, and 12 for the UV. UV of 12 is very high. Yeah, for sure. Real feel 101. It kind of seems like how it's been in Florida, actually. It's been very, very warm. Actually, we've had a little bit of a break from our heat. Believe it or not, we've actually been up in the upper 80s and lower 90s. For the longest time, it's been in the mid to upper 90s up in here in Florida where I'm at. It's been pretty brutal. The heat's been pretty brutal out there lately. So we have a little bit of a cool down here, and our cool down is lower 90s. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see here. But yeah, no, we've thankfully have been getting a bit more rain down here. Like I was mentioning, it's been pretty dry lately. All right, let's hop back over here, y'all. actually, I want to go ahead and bring up the regional views. There you go. So yeah, there's our system right there. Like I was saying, with the storm system, you can actually see in the last, let's see, is there a mesoscale floater on this? There is. Very interesting. I wish they would pan that a little over to the right, but that's okay. I guess it makes sense because that central low is right in here. But we do have, you can see a lot of heavy convection on the Yucatan Peninsula, so they are seeing some wicked thunderstorms, I bet you, out there towards the Yucatan Peninsula. Here's a little bit of a better view. You can see all that bubbling. It almost looks like a boiling water. That is our convection. Actually, it works pretty similar to boiling water. So we are seeing a bit of convection going on out there towards the Yucatan Peninsula. Our low is actually out and over here. So that's where our central low is. Our heaviest convection's east of that low. Once again, you kind of want that convection to be overplacing your low. That's where you really get those organization trends to really kick up. In which models say it's possible. It says that convection could make its way towards the center by the time it does steer and head up in there towards northeastern Mexico coast and cause those impacts overall. Let's see here. First day of summer, 20th of June. Yeah, we're coming up on it. It feels like summer already. Could this become a cat number? I doubt it. Yeah, I really don't think so. I mean, it depends on how quick this storm system can, get a hold of itself. If this thing is like going in the morning, given the fact that how warm these waters really are, like I said, we're talking 30 degrees Celsius waters. It's nearly 90 degree Fahrenheit waters. Very warm waters. There's not much wind shear from what I understand with this storm system that's going to affect development. And also there is a pretty good amount of moisture available. So the conditions are right for rapid strengthening potential. But personally, I don't think it's going to get up to that. I don't think we have enough time for this storm system to actually get a hold of itself here. So I don't think so. The most we're going to see, I think, is going to be kind of a lower mid-level tropical storm out of the storm system. Let's see here. Kind of hope the impact's right below the border. It rides northwest direction. Actually, a lot of the rain is going to be out there towards Texas. I think, Texas is going to get actually a lot of the rain out of the system. Believe it or not, Texas is going to take a lot of the brunt of the rain. While that low is expected to make landfall somewhere over here, all that rain is going to be up in Texas. So that's what I'm saying. The main problem that this is going to be, the main issue that I see here is rain, is flooding. That's what I'm kind of concerned about personally. That is kind of what I'm concerned about. Whenever it comes to it here, like I said, surges too, some coastal impacts, some coastal flooding will be anticipated, will be possible, I should say, all the way there from really the entire Texas coast, and even a little sliver of southwestern Louisiana. 1 to 3 foot of storm surge possible out there for the central and southern coastal areas here of Texas. 1 to 3 for the upper coastal areas of Texas. We're talking 2 to 4 foot of storm surge. That's where your greatest potential for surging will be overall. Let's see here. My friend in is it Loreto said their water levels are so low they need rain. Let's see here. Is that in Texas, Christy? Here, let me bring up the drought monitor. We brought it up for Florida. I want to bring it up for Texas. I believe Texas is in a bit of a drought itself too, towards the south. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so they are just what I thought they were. So yeah, southern Texas is in a bit of a drought right now. And obviously whenever it comes to the rainfall, the rain's going to be kind of falling where that drought is. You can kind of see there. So we are seeing, believe it or not, where all that heavy rain is going to be, that's going to be right where that drought is actually. This is the area of Corpus Christi right in here. And they're actually in a they're actually considered a moderate drought. Nothing super crazy, but obviously dry. This will help, actually. I know it's going to be a lot to take in, literally, with all this rainfall. It's a lot to take in at once, anywhere, anytime. But this will indeed help a bit with those drought conditions. I mean, we got some areas actually in South Texas that's under some really bad, extreme droughts, actually. Yeah, it's pretty bad up in some areas. But, you know, we are going to have a little bit of an ease to the droughts out there, which will definitely be good, actually. Will definitely be pretty good. Anyways, let's see here. Is there really anything else I wanted to talk about here? Let me bring up the SPC real quickly, Storm Prediction Center. We'll take a look at the severe weather. We had a little bit of severe weather today. I decided not to go live. Actually, I had some workers came over to my house today and worked on the floor in my office because there's a spot on my floor that's broken. It's like somehow we got some bad water damage. So they had to replace a part of our floor. So that's why I wasn't live earlier. I wanted to go live earlier for an update on the tropics with that first advisory that came through, but they had some people in here working. I couldn't be live for you. But as soon as they left, I went live for you guys. We'll go live tomorrow twice. We're gonna go live tomorrow regarding. Let's see. Tomorrow, do I need severe weather coverage? We got a 2% tornado risk up in Minnesota and Wisconsin tomorrow. Let's see here. Non-sig, hail, and wind. I don't plan on doing coverage tomorrow, given the fact we're kind of in a lower end threats here. No significant risk or low in probability tornadoes. Okay, so I don't plan on doing coverage. What I do plan on doing, though, is doing 2 live streams still. One in the early afternoon and one in the evening for you guys on the tropics, mostly on the tropics. Let's see, day 3 here for Wednesday. No severe weather expected. Yeah, no, we're looking pretty good. There's not a whole lot kind of coming to an end on the severe weather activity as of right now. We do need a break. Trust me. It's been pretty wild. Yeah, today, honestly, I personally don't, well, tornadoes anyways, today did not really perform as what was expected. But I tell you what, though, we've had nearly 170 wind reports today. The winds are verified today for sure. A couple hail reports. Yeah, main thing today was definitely winds. Overall, let's see what's this about. 40% chance watch issuance, so that's kind of unlikely. But anyways, y'all. But yeah, so tomorrow I don't plan on coverage. I don't plan on coverage here for tomorrow. But you know, unless we get like an enhanced risk or something like that, I do not plan on covering this tomorrow. As I don't think it's going to be absolutely necessary. But I will do some updates on the tropics and stuff like that. But if it does get worse, of course, I will kick in a bit of live coverage, which that would mean only probably 1 live stream if I do coverage. We'll see. Anyways, but alrighty, guys. Well, if there's any final questions you guys might have, feel free to let me know down in the chat. As I think we're going to be wrapping up here pretty shortly. Like I said, I pretty much went over the tropics a couple of times. Really told you all the information that we have as of now. If you're just joining, feel free to go back at an earlier point of the live stream. Feel free to start over and just watch from the beginning. That way you guys can see what we were going over here. So keep that one in mind. All the information's laid out, so you guys can rewind to the back of the live stream here to look at that. But yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to take a look at before we head off for tonight, feel free to let me know in the chat. Also, once again, big thank you goes to Christy as well as Proxy today for the support. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your donations, guys. It really does help me out a lot. It helps keep me afloat. It really does. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. So once again, Proxy, Christy, thank you guys very, very much. Let's see here. Southern Indiana wind rain. Okay, so let me hop back over here to the models. Oops, let me hop to models here. Southern Indiana. Okay, so we have, let's see, look at the NAM here. Wow, look at that squall. Holy cow. Look at that thing. So that's tomorrow's threat. Probably going to be a wind bag. Look at that. It's at 9 p.m. tomorrow, so that'll be 8 Central. Wow, look at that squall line. That is incredible. Incredible. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. So for Indiana, let me hop back over here to SPC. I don't think you're under the risk. Let me make sure. Okay, so tomorrow we have a potential for a couple thunderstorms. I did see that on the NAM, but the SPC Storm Prediction Center has you under a, like I said, a thunderstorm risk, a general thunderstorm risk potential for a couple of booms of thunder here. Models, they do show a little bit of storm activity you can kind of see out there, maybe in southern Indiana. So tomorrow, it wouldn't be impossible to have a couple storms. Now, they're not going to be anything extreme, and like I said, not all of southern Indiana is not going, or not all of southern Indiana. Not all of southern Indiana is going to receive rain. Maybe just a few little areas could see a bit of thunderstorm activity. Honestly, looking pretty dry for the next couple of days, I ain't gonna lie. So I wouldn't expect anything significant anytime soon overall. Let's see here. Thanks for the content. You're very welcome. You are very, very welcome, Christy. Appreciate you being here. And once again, thank you for your support. That is greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Tornado went past our house 2 weeks ago. Pretty insane. Family next door has a for sale sign up. I mean, do you blame them? Holy cow! Proxy coming in with a 20 gifted memberships. Are you serious? Proxy, no way. Thank you so much. That is, dude, I am blown away. Proxy, you did not have to do that. And honestly, I'm going to do something on top of it. Look at this. Ready, y'all? You ready for it? Give it a second. I'm going to do something for you guys. I figured I might as well. So, thank you, Proxy, for gifting 20. And I decided I'm going to give 5 to you guys as well. So to you guys who just got our membership, congratulations, you all. Once again, please give Proxy a big thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. But yeah, please give Proxy a big thank you. That is very, very sweet. And Proxy, you definitely do not have to do that. But I greatly appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Proxy. Much love to you. But yeah, guys, like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here soon. Once again, final call for any questions y'all might have before I roll off here. Like I said, I mean, we basically already laid everything out in the tropic-wise, a couple times. You can actually see the NAM here showing all that tropical moisture. Yeah, you can really just see how Texas is just going to get slammed by a lot of rain coming up here. You can see all those thunderstorms, and you can kind of see out there a big line towards Corpus Christi of just several hours worth of thunderstorms are out there. It's going to be pretty heavy, and that explains why we have the heaviest of those totals being out there. But yeah. Let's see here. I'm in South Carolina, most definitely going to hit. Austin, so like I said, we're kind of losing confidence on that second storm out there. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm losing faith in it. And models are too. Let's see here. How do we get a membership that's gifted? Yeah. Christy, yeah. So it is chosen at random. So basically YouTube just picks random people. Let's see here. You get lucky and you're in the chat. Absolutely. But yeah, once again, you guys, congrats to the people who did get those memberships. A big thank you to Proxy. Very, very sweet of you. Yeah, you can always purchase memberships as well. Absolutely. We have 5 different levels you guys can check. What's up, George? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Is that what even this stream? I'm so confused. Yeah. Proxy coming in clutch as always. I appreciate it, Prox. But all right, y'all. One last call for any questions y'all might have before we roll off here. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nikki, I understand where you're at, my friend. It's been pretty tight here too recently. What's up, Kayla? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Proxy number 2? But like I said, y'all, we're going to head off here. We just got done doing our coverage here. Like I said, if you want to know more on the tropics, just rewind the live stream and we'll go ahead and, or you guys can see what we talked about. Like I said, we laid out everything. We talked about the surges. We talked about the rainfall amounts. We talked about the impacts, and all that stuff, really. We didn't really mention much on winds. Let me look at that real quickly. Let's see. Let me bring up like the HAFS. The only one that actually has winds on it. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to be gusting possibly 40 to 50 miles an hour from what I was looking at earlier. Let's see here. When it comes to it, sustained winds just before landfall is expected to be at 50 miles an hour. So still kind of low-end tropical storm here. Let me go ahead and bring you over here real quickly, y'all, before we head off. So on the cone, just before landfall, maximum wind up to 52 miles an hour, sustained, and maximum wind gusts up to 63. So we're not even gusting the hurricane force. So, like I said, I don't believe it'll get to hurricane force personally. I mean, even though it's a very warm bathtub out there, the storm just has a lot of work to do. We'll just watch it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, just prepare out there in out there towards Mexico, and of course Texas out there. I thought I saw a comment that said that there's a tropical storm warning in effect. Let me look and see if that's true. Did they issue? They have not. Yeah, there's no tropical storm warnings in place. There is tropical storm watches out though. Let's see here. Up in the northeastern coast of northeastern coast of Mexico, and of course we have like southern Texas here with the tropical storm watch, meaning that conditions down in time is potentially favorable for tropical activity down in time. Let's see here. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help the channel. Absolutely. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys could leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, be greatly appreciated. And most importantly, actually consider sharing this. Like I said, just post it to your Facebook wall, Twitter, whatever, just to help, get publicity and help out people. It would be much appreciated if you guys could do that. That is how you guys can really help out. Is that going to be a hurricane? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. We just crossed the hour mark, and like I said, we went over everything we really needed to. Once again, if you're just tuning in, go ahead and rewind the live stream, go back, and like I said, we went over everything you really need to know. We went over models, we went over everything just in general. So, like I said, y'all, go ahead and rewind. But once again, everybody, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Big thank you goes to Proxy for the amazing support tonight. Proxy, we love you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Also, Christy coming in clutch too with the support. Greatly appreciated. So between Christy and Proxy, thank you guys very much for your support. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. And like I said, it does go a long ways in terms of helping us out here. Helps keep me afloat, helps keep the channel afloat. So thank you guys so much for your support. And alrighty, guys, once again, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, leave it a like, and like I said, consider sharing. Once again, that'll really help out the channel if you guys could do that. It'd be much appreciated. All right, guys, well, once again, tomorrow on the table, I do plan on 2 live streams, one in the early afternoon, one in the evening for updates on the tropics. We're considering coverage. I don't think I'm going to be live for coverage tomorrow. I really don't think so. So I think we're just going to do 2 different live streams, one in the afternoon, one in the evening for tropical weather updates. But alrighty, guys. Well, once again, thank y'all for joining. Thank you so much. Also, yeah, tabletop too. Thank you, Andrea. Sometimes I forget. My mind is all over the place. Thank you, tabletop. Once again, dude. I appreciate it. I didn't see him in the chat either, so I wasn't sure if he was still around. But I do see Christy and I do see Proxy. Once again, thank you guys, everybody, for supporting us. You guys are awesome. But alright, guys. Thank you all for being here. We will catch y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your night and get some rest and have a great day tomorrow as well. All right, guys, thanks for joining. We'll see ya later on. Peace out, my friends. Catch you then.